What does a DevOps engineer actually do? So basically, this DevOps engineer bridges gap between devs and operations. So developers write code, operations gonna run that code on their system. So DevOps is gonna streamline this process. So imagine developers are writing the code. So for instance, if you check this application, it's running on AWS. This basic application, Node.js application running on AWS, and then they're gonna write code. So for instance, they're gonna, let's say they're changing it to version 3, and then they're gonna add some, maybe they're gonna add it. Once they made changes, they're gonna commit git add dot, and then git commit -m, let's say add version 3 for instance, and then they're gonna push it, git push origin and main. So this process called CI. So they continuously going to write code, and then once they push it as a DevOps engineer, so you will be writing these pipelines. So once they push it, it's gonna trigger a pipeline action over here. So if you refresh it, okay, it's been rejected. Okay, what I can do, I'm just gonna push it forcefully, just for we don't usually do. I pushed it. If you refresh it, now it's gonna add that command and it's gonna build it. So this is what you're gonna build. So basically, this one I use a Docker, and then it's been deployed on EC2 machine. So that's what you do here. So we basically write pipelines, and then so basically you need to know 6 core responsibilities as a DevOps engineer. You will be writing CI/CD pipeline. So as I said, when they commit code, they usually commit code frequently. That's called continuous integration, and then that pipeline is going to run some tests and unit tests and some basic tests. So then it's going to build an image, and then once it builds, it's going to be ready for a deployment. That's what we call continuous delivery. So if it is ready for deployment, it's a continuous delivery. So once you approve it, then you're going to push it to the production. That's called continuous deployment, but that's not really continuous deployment. That's a deployment basically. But whenever this developer commits code to GitHub or any remote repository, if that runs tests and everything, and if it automatically deploys that code to production, that's called continuous deployment. So don't confuse. Continuous delivery means it's going to be ready for deployment, but it's not going to happen automatically. If it happens automatically, then it's going to be continuous deployment. So just remember that. And then you need to know CI/CD pipelines, such as writing GitHub actions and everything. So such as Jenkins as well. And then cloud, as we deployed this one on AWS. So you should know any one of the clouds. So if I were you, I would start with AWS, because they are the market leader. So they have more share in the market. So more share means more opportunities. And then containerization. So we containerize these things with using Docker. So you should know Docker as well. For container orchestration, just to maintain those containers as microservices, so you should know Kubernetes as well. And then monitoring part, you should know. For this demo, I simply deployed a small application, that's Uptime Kuma. So it basically gives a basic monitoring tool, but in real time you will be using a Prometheus and Grafana and maybe New Relic or Datadog, any other kind of monitoring tool. So if I refresh it, so now you can see version 2 only, but let's see if I refresh, now you can see version 3. That's build our app and automatically. You can see 2 exclamations as well. So that's how it's gonna do. And then security. So when you involve security in this flow, it's gonna call in DevOps flow, it's gonna be DevSecOps. And then infrastructure as code, you won't be going to this AWS console to deploy infrastructure. So you'll be using Terraform, CloudFormation, or any other kind of IAC tool. So that's infrastructure as code. So this is what happens in DevOps. So basically, so you can use GitHub Actions or Jenkins for CI/CD, and Docker for containerization, Kubernetes just to maintain those containers effectively, and then Terraform for writing IAC code. Just to, instead of deploying creating infrastructure in console, you're gonna write Terraform. And then at least you should know at AWS, Azure, or GCP, any other cloud. For monitoring, you should know Prometheus and Grafana for dashboards, and Ansible for configuration management. So these are the essential tools now. So DevOps is not about tools. DevOps is all about keeping your application up all the time, 24/7, fixing bugs, fixing deployments, fixing pipelines if it breaks. So that's what you basically do. So skills you need: Linux, that's an essential non-negotiable skill. I could have added Git as well. So Linux and Git, Bash and Bash scripting and Git, that's non-negotiable, because imagine you create a Linux machine over here. Then if you don't know how to connect it, what's the point? Once you deploy this machine, you're gonna get into the machine. You're gonna do some configuration part. So you should know basic Linux. And then cloud platforms, AWS, you could start with containers, Docker, and for orchestration you can say Kubernetes. Scripting and Python, you can get the code from maybe using the native way, or maybe you're googling it, maybe Stack Overflow, but you should know the basic what that code is actually doing. So you should know basics. And the networking, so if you come over here, we have Route 53, we created records over here, and then you should know what are these records, what are CNAME, TXT records, name servers, and what is TCP, UDP, and then you should know the basic networking flow. And then security basics. At least you should know. You don't need to master in security. You're not a cyber security engineer, but you should know what are least privilege for best practices we follow in security. Avoiding opening all ports to security groups, securing S3 buckets by making private. So for root, you're not using root user. For IAM users, setting up MFA, so many other stuff. So you should know all of this stuff. So that's what make you a DevOps engineer. You need to have more skill. That's why you're gonna get paid well. And then a day in the life. So basically, in a day, you're gonna start up with a stand-up call. You'll be looking at the logs, monitoring logs, checking Grafana dashboards, overnight alerts if you have any. If some pipelines break, you're gonna debug them, just fix them. Terraform infrastructure, if you have to make any changes, you're gonna look into Terraform. Kubernetes deployment for zero downtime, so it's gonna update in a rolling update. And then incident retrospective, if something happens yesterday, maybe there is a prod outage, you're gonna look into the logs and you're gonna write a report on that, just to avoid future outages. And then automate and document, so you're gonna write runbooks, you're gonna improve your scripts, and you're gonna document everything. So that's what you do as a DevOps engineer.